Welcome back to another episode of Rapping Dough. It's your man Don Bucks. It's the home of money conversations, and we back with another video. Today we got a brother by the name of, I believe, Trail the Trainer. He's talking about how nobody teaches you how to invest. That's literally what I've been doing on this channel since 2019. But we're gonna get us another perspective. I think this is my second time watching this, so I'm gonna be tapping in, giving my perspective on what he's saying. And yeah, we're gonna get into that after this intro.
Rapping dope, rapping dope, rapping dope.
Yeah.
Tells you
So
to invest, but nobody
he said nobody tells you how to invest. So let's see what he got to say. It's pretty interesting.
everybody tells you to invest, but nobody shows you exactly how to invest. Today I'm going to show you exactly how I invest my money. First, let me show you why investing is even important in the first place. Let's just say you invested $100 a week for the next 10 years. $100 for 10 years, and you continue to invest $100 a week. By the time you are 30, if you started at 20, you would have $83,000. 35,000 of that would be pure interest. Like 83,000, that's not a lot. But here's where it gets good. Now, let's say you left that $83,000 in the stock market until the average retirement age. You didn't add anything else. That same $83,000 after 35 years would be $2.7 million. You'd be a millionaire.
So that is definitely a good reason. That's definitely a good reason to invest. And he said 83,000 is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money when we talk about retirement. But he said by simply investing $100 a week. No, what he said, $100 a month. Let me see what he said. I don't want to misquote him. Like I said, it's like my second time watching this.
30, if you started at 20, you would have 80 the next 10 years. $100 for 10 years, and you continue to invest is even important in the first place. Let's just say you invested $100 a week for the next 10 years.
$100 a week. So some people think that that's a lot of money. Oh, I don't know if I can $100 a week. Perspective that I've been hearing is that people think that they're spending $100. See, investing and spending is two different things. It's a mindset shift. They think that they're spending the $100. So when I talk to people about whether they invest in their 401k, do they have their job taking money out of their check for their retirement? And they like, nah, man, I ain't taking no more money out of my check. They already take enough money out of my check for taxes. So I'm like, you're basically taking money out of one pocket and putting it in another, and it's going to grow in that other pocket. That's what investing is. You're not spending it, you're investing it, you're putting it to work. So after 10 years, $100 a week, 83,000. If you, like he said, if you just sit it there, not putting nothing else in, and the object is the more time the better because of compound interest. It starts compounding on top of each other. So by the time it's time to retire, you'll be a millionaire.
Dollars for 10 years, and you continue to invest $100 a week. By the time you are 30, if you started at 20, you would have $83,000. 35,000 of that would be pure interest. Like 83,000, that's not a lot. But here's where it gets good. Now, let's say you left that $83,000 in the stock market until the average retirement age. You didn't add anything else. That same $83,000 after 35 years would be $2.7 million. You'd be a millionaire, all from interest. And my point is that you don't need a ton of money to get rich. And it's not something just for rich people. The first thing you need to do is open a brokerage account. A brokerage account just gives you access to the stock market. You got Charles Schwab, you got Fidelity, you got Ameritrade. Me personally, I love Vanguard. It's going to ask for your basic.
So opening a brokerage account. My sister was just asking me about this the other day. It doesn't matter which one you use. Preferably, I will open one that allows you to create a Roth IRA. But that's another topic for another story. But it doesn't really matter. As long as you get started, it doesn't matter which one you use. I personally use Charles Schwab. So long as you're constantly investing your money, like he said, $100 a week, we spend that anyway on you name it, we spend it on it. Probably more than $100 a week. You see what I'm saying? So $100 a week. The object is to get started.
Login information, name, email, password. Once you're logged in, you're going to link your bank account, and then you're going to deposit money into your Vanguard account. Usually, this takes about 2 or 3 business days for the money to actually hit the account. You'll select transact. You want to start buying and selling stock. I want you to select trade ETFs and stock. I love to buy ETFs over individual stock. ETFs gives you access to buy multiple stock as opposed to just one individual stock, especially.
And I like that point he just made. Being that a lot of us are beginners and don't really know how to pick stocks. An ETF, like he said, gives you access to many stocks at one time. So you can have a technology ETF. You can have an overall market ETF. Basically, that houses the top companies in the nation under one umbrella. So you have a small piece of all of them every time you buy a share.
If you're a beginner, one of my favorite and most reliable ETFs is VOO. It tracks the top 500 companies in the US. This returns on average 10% every year and has recovered from every crash in the history of crashes. Here, you're just going to type in.
I like that too. He said VOO is basically that's one of those overall ETFs that has the top companies in the country under one umbrella. Now, if you heard this before, you're going to hear it again. The stock market is built to go up. So every crash, when people be like, oh, the stock market is down. Oh, the stock market is down. Well, I don't know about that stock market. The stock market has always recovered and went beyond where it was since the beginning, since it been created. It always recovers from a crash. And the crash is just wordage. Crash should be AKA buying opportunity, because you don't want to buy stocks when they're at their high. You want to buy them low because you're buying stuff. You're not going to sell it, but you want to buy stuff when they're on sale. So when stocks go down, that's basically you're buying shares on sale. So next time you hear crash, think sale.
And VOO funds that I have available is $1.40. Obviously, $1 isn't enough to buy even one share, but you can buy a fraction of that stock. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to convert that to dollars. That $1 allows me to buy 0.0018% of that stock. Preview order. Submit order. Essentially, that's how you buy your first stock. Buying a fraction of the stock is important because let's say you don't have the full $500 to buy the whole share, you still own part of it. Or maybe you only have $500 and you didn't want to put that entire $500 on one ETF and you wanted to buy multiple ETFs. I only invest money that I can afford to not need the next 3 to 6 months.
That part. So there's, depending on what you're trying to do, like if you want to buy fractional shares, not all brokerage accounts, like the ones he named in the beginning, allow you to do that. So if that's what you're into, pick one that does that. That's basically what differentiates the brokerage accounts. It's all preference and what you're trying to do. So if you're into buying fractional shares, pick one that allows that, right? And another point he just made, you don't want to be, the stock market is not the lottery. So you don't want to be gambling and like using money trying to come up next week. This is retirement. We're not talking about trading. Like I got other videos for that. Like you can go on my archives. I got videos for trading. That's if you want to get in and out of stocks. Stock options in particular is what I deal with. But we're talking about retirement here. So you don't want to be investing your rent money, your mortgage money, right? Bill money. You don't want to be investing money that you're going to be needing within the next, I'm going to say more than 6 months, for the next year. You don't want to be doing that, right? So invest at your level, invest where you're at. The object is to just start.
Investing is a 20 or 30-year strategy, not a 30-day strategy. So if you're looking to get rich in 30 days, this is probably not for you.
That part. Investing is a 30-year strategy. This is why I say start. But the mindset has to be switched from, oh, I'm spending $100 a week to I'm setting up my retirement. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what holds a lot of people back from investing in their 401k, because they believe in their mind that they're spending money. But what we're doing is we're setting up for retirement. So if you want to learn how to invest, I have an ebook in my not my portfolio, in my bio, that teaches you the basics of investing, which I've been doing on this channel. If you go back in the previous videos from 2019 up to now, I have videos in there talking about investing. And I remember when I started in 2019, people was like, what are you talking about? Now it's the buzzword, investing. But it must be done. Leave what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments below. And with that, it's your man Don Bucks. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell when I go live. And I'll see y'all on the next video.